Okay, so the next thing that I will make is barbecue sauce, because this recipe tastes better after it has set for a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. But basically, here's the ingredients for it. You will need 6 these are called plum or Roma tomatoes. I don't know if I've said that previously, but I've washed them and I will cut that end off. You know, it just, I don't like, I'm cutting those ends off. I'm using half a tomato, but the recipe calls for a fourth, but I mean, half of onion. The recipe calls for a fourth, but I am trying to stop wasting. So I am just going to use a whole half of onion. It's not going to hurt. I mean, I like onions anyway, so there we go. And for the seasonings and spices and sugars, I'm going to use some agave, some pure cane sugar, and yes, I will be switching over to date sugar. I just want to use this up before I do that, because I haven't heard anything bad about cane sugar, but I don't like to waste either. It just hurts my soul to waste. Some ginger, cayenne pepper, smoked sea salt, and onion powder. And I have these stuff pre-measured out here. The sugar is 1/4 of a cup, 2 teaspoons of smoked sea salt. The onion powders is also 2 teaspoons. The ground ginger is a half a teaspoon. And the garlic, the cloves, which that's what cloves are, that is supposed to be 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I have whole ones, so that'll be about 1/8. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So those are all of the seasonings. And for the agave, you want to use 2 teaspoons of it. And that's pretty much it. This recipe does not call for grapeseed oil at all. It was just sitting there. But yeah, this is everything that you will need. And basically what you do with everything, I am just going to mix everything except for the sugar into this blender. So once that's done, I'll be right back. This is everything in the blender, and I am going to blend it up. So just going to put it on the stove, and I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so here is the tomatoes after it was blended, and the onion and the cloves and all the spices and herbs. They have made it to the stove. I added the sugar, which that is actually supposed to be date sugar if you're, trying to do things 100% correctly. I'm just trying to use that cane sugar up. And update on the tomato sauce. It is still just cooking away and looking nice. And I'm just going to stir this up. And I'm going to cook this until all of the water boils off of it. And this is on medium-high heat. And this is just on simmer. So I'm going to cook this until all of the water boils off. And it basically thickens to like barbecue sauce.